start right now. So, I'm just gonna go in straight away. So, first topic is, do you find it hard to balance dance and schoolwork? Not schoolwork, but school life. Yeah. Okay. For me, obviously I'm only in year 10, so it's not really, well, it is that deep, but like it's not that deep. Like, I don't have anything coming up. So, I mean, for me, it's basically just a routine. So like, I'll go to school, and I come home, have dance. Like, I've got myself into a routine where I'm not having to rush to do things. Yeah. Does that make sense? Like, I get all my work done on Sunday because I know I have dance every day after school. Yeah. So obviously I don't need to rush it. Anyone else got any?
For me, I'm a bit older, so during GCSEs I wasn't really doing dance. Then when I started my A levels, I got back into it, just like more and more. The thing is though, like, it kind of made me realise that I don't like the academic life. Like, I don't like it. I don't like school. And then I dropped out. And then luckily, I got into a performing arts college and then go there. So it's kind of like, it's better now because it's just, I do dance all the time instead of just.
Sorry? For me, same sort of thing because I'm older as well. Like, it's more stressful because I've got more work to do and stuff, and I've got to balance out with dance. But then also it's like the travelling can be really long because I finish school at like 4:30 and I've got to be at dance for 6, and it's like my train comes every like half hour, so I've got to run to the station, get the right train. If I miss that train, I'm either late for dance. Yeah, but other than that, I think it's alright.
It's a bit mad because my whole year 11 kind of got messed up, so I didn't really, dance was just dancing. Like, it wasn't really interrupting my schoolwork because I wasn't really a serious person when it comes to school anyway. Yeah. So I would choose dance over anything. Like, if I had a homework club, I'd go to dance instead of homework club. Yeah. So it didn't really interrupt anything. But yeah.
I think it's just different for everyone. Like, obviously we're all completely different.
That's the thing, yeah.
We're all completely different years. So
Depends what situation you're in. Like, it depends if you've got, because for me, like, when I did 1 year of A level, that was hard, like, to balance it out. But then it just made me realise even more that I don't like that kind of academic side. I don't like school in general. And I know that sounds so bad, but it's just what it was. Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I can't remember what I was going to say now. That's really frustrating. Just keep it in your head.
But yeah, as I said, like, it's just different situations, different circumstances for different people. So of course, it's, you know, like, some people go to work, and then some people obviously don't. So it depends.
And people dance at different hours.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, not everyone dances like us. Yeah. Like, obviously, we dance. Well, Andy, obviously, we dance like nearly, basically every day. Like, it may not be for like a whole day, but 3 hours is like a lot when you have school. So obviously Kane doesn't dance now, so what do you like?
It's like, obviously it's different for you lot, innit? Because I see you guys training like every day. But this whole year I've kind of taken like a break from the whole crew side of things, and I've been focusing on like myself and freestyle and battling and stuff. But because I couldn't imagine what it's like every day going to training. But just training in general when it comes to school, never really like interrupted any school work because my dance would be late at night, or if it's on a weekend, I'm not at dance for hours. I've got dance for like 2 hours and I can go home. I've never really experienced training for like a whole day, apart from the 2 weeks I was training with you guys for HHI, which was a bit mad because like the longest I've ever trained for is like 4 hours, and that's just freestyle. So.
Have you found it like different, like you do it by yourself?
When you're freestyling and stuff, it's like less stress because I feel like when you're in a crew, you're focusing on looking at other people or being better than someone else in the crew, or being in the front line, or being better than the person next to you. But when you're freestyling yourself, and you could always do something different, you don't have to look at other people to win or be good. Or you could look different and beat someone else that's up there and that thinks. People might think that they're the best out there, but then someone you could come that does completely different stuff
when I was in year 4 till year. How old are you when you're in year 4?
Like 8
9.
So when I was in year 4 till about year 6, I was doing school, solo training, freestyle training, and crew. So then that was just like a lot.
Yeah.
And then obviously I started dropping out of the whole freestyle thing, and then I had a bit more time to like just focus on one instead of like focus on both of them at the same time. But once I started focusing on just the crew, I think it just started to flow. Like I started having more of a routine rather than one day freestyle, one day crew, one day.
Yeah. Freestyling is all over the place. Like you never know when you've got training how long it will go on for.
Yeah.
Because like it can be a thing where you have studio training like 6 till 10, but then they'll go outside in the car park and train till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like it's always different with like.
Or even if you're training yourself, like for example, going to classes and stuff, like that's different. But obviously, you want to kind of go to that same class. You want to do this, that. You don't have to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like with crew training, it's different. Like just mix them.
I feel like it can also be hard as well because a lot of people expect you to put like school over dance.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't want to do that.
But see,
dance can be more important to certain people than schoolwork is because if you want to go
that's literally
into
how it
dance
was for me. Like that's literally how it was for me. Like I just, it made me realise. At first I was like, yeah, A levels, this, that. I knew it was gonna be hard, but obviously I just burned it.
Yeah.
And I didn't like. I don't like school. I just literally said to myself, I just don't like school.
I think like for younger kids, like obviously like we have young ones in IMD. Like even I'm still young, but like you have like Levi and Misha and
like 10-year-olds.
10.
Yeah. And you have like Misha and Levi and stuff like that. So for them, obviously their parents are gonna say school comes first.
Yeah. Cool.
So like having school will be their main priority.
Yeah.
However, as I'm getting older, my mum expects me to know what's priority, obviously, and like I don't have her. Well, I do have her, but like telling me schoolwork first because automatically I just do it.
Depends on
do you know what I
parents,
mean?
Yeah. So I know there's some parents that won't support their kid dancing.
That's the thing.
Yeah. There's like my mum who would tell me like as long as your schoolwork is cool or as long as I feel comfortable doing what I'm doing, then she's happy I'm dancing. Like there's a point where I was going out every day and dancing, but she didn't care because she knows I was dancing. I wasn't doing stupidness on it.
Yeah, exactly. I think exactly like it just depends. Like you're not doing silly stuff. You're not just out on the streets doing whatever. You're actually doing something that you love and that you enjoy. Like for me, like my mum used to be strict. Like especially when I was doing my GCSEs and my A levels. Like you've got to focus on school. Like dance comes second. Dance doesn't come first. Blah, blah, blah. And then she started to see that I just really was not liking it, and it's just like a thing where she knew that the career I wanted was completely different to A levels. I was just wasting my time, and I feel like in this industry, in this day and age, you can't just waste your time with things. Like you just have to go for it. That's why I just.
It's like people say, make sure you have a backup, but then if like you really want it, you're gonna go for it.
You just have to like carry on in that direction. Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
100%.
But yeah, I think that's overall. It's just I think it's personally age.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
And how you kind of pace yourself, like not doing everything at once. Because that's exactly what I did. When I was younger, I used to do everything, like everything. And now I'm down to like 2-3 things. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that's just.
So when you get older, you learn what to prioritize on certain things.
Exactly.
Like where your head is in it.
You start to learn.
Because you start to learn more about yourself, your responsibilities, as you said, like what you want to specifically do, not just like you're here, you're there, you're this, you're that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it just depends.
Yeah. Well, that was the first topic, basically.
Yeah, we could.
So the second one is, what are your thoughts on Corona as obviously young kids or young adults? Just like, what are your opinions?
With Corona, like I don't even know because I've never obviously like seen it myself. I haven't seen anyone that I know personally affected by it. But the thing that's always confused my brain is like, because my granddad passed in May, and he had Parkinson's disease. But on a Friday they told us he had Corona but no symptoms. Then he died on like 2 days later, and they said it was because of COVID. And it's kind of confusing because it's like, how can you just go from being absolutely fine to then dying a couple of days later? So it's like, and I see people like screaming at people like, oh, you're in my way, 2 meters. It's like, I don't really know how to react because it's like, we both got masks on, we're both cool, I get it's 2 meters, but there are certain times when you can't be 2 meters, sometimes when you're walking around.
Like on shoes and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like certain situations are just so silly. Like they're trying to stop us from meeting in big groups to dance. Yeah, we can meet in a big group to go to school. Like, they're trying to stop all of these extra like curricular activities that are good for all of our mindsets and our fitness and stuff. But they're still making us go to school in big groups of more than 15.
I think for me it's just like how much has been affected, like, and everyone's lives, like, and how everything's just completely changed. Like the arts, for example, like how financially unstable they are now, like theatres and stuff like that, cinemas, everything like that, it's all just completely gone down. I know obviously like actors and singers and that they get royalties and stuff, but for example like theatres, like hardly anything showing anymore because you know what I'm saying, like you physically can't just like not, you know. And then it's just like how everything's been affected, like it's just crazy. I think like how this one thing and then it's just like completely affected the whole world for me. Like,
I feel like it's just getting dragged now. Like it's actually getting dragged.
It's just annoying because it's like 1 minute it's fine, 1 minute it's not, 1 minute it's fine, 1 minute it's not. It's like, what would you expect us to do?
I didn't hear about it for such a long time, and it felt normal. And then I hear six people, and it's like, oh, okay.
I feel like at the start, everyone was like, everyone was like serious about it. Like everyone was in masks, not even 2 meters. That was like, no one's touching me, no one's allowed to breathe the same air as me. And then obviously started shortening it, and I think people just end up getting fed up. Like you saw more people like crowding in the shops and stuff. And then all of a sudden it goes back to school. Then the whole obviously 2 household things. But like So said, like school, like my school is like congested in the corridors, like so packed. And I tell you, there's 1 out of like 30 people in that corridor that are wearing a mask. So I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know. Like, do you know what I remember? Like, there was like, so we had lockdown in like what, March was it?
March, yeah.
So it was like March, and then like from then I think till like May it was just like really bad, constantly like. Then I think from about June till I'd say August, I didn't hear anything about.
Yeah, we all started going out in June.
Everyone was going out, like everyone was going out, everyone was mixing, and then parties started happening and whatnot. That's when it was like started to get proper.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm guessing it's built up from this point to then it's now affected us now.
I feel like they opened things in the wrong order. Like, obviously, I don't know what came first, but it's like when schools are opening over like dance studios. It's like a crew might have 10 people in it and they can't dance in the studio, but a school will have 30 people in the class.
But I do kind of get that because they're prioritising. I'm not gonna lie to you, during lockdown, no one learned anything education-wise. Barely anyone learned
I didn't learn
So I sort of understand why they want to open schools, but at the same time, I think they should adapt to schoolwork to make sure we're getting work done, but also keeping our safety, like keeping us safe, because they're not keeping us safe by throwing us back in the corridor full of hundreds of other kids that are from different households, meeting different people. You know, they could see someone with corona yesterday, and now they're in this big hallway with me, and it's like,
I think it's just more scary because we are literally like the carriers of it. Like, that sounds so bad, but it's so true. Like we are the generation who if we're healthy, we don't get symptoms most of the time. We don't get symptoms. We're literally the ones that just pass it on. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's the scariest part. And then it's like, obviously you send your child to school thinking obviously you don't have it, and then you get an email the next day, there's a confirmed case, and then it's just like.
Alex said the double standards are becoming more apparent, and they can send us all to school and work, but limiting everything else. And I think because it's such a big thing for people, like obviously linking back to what we said before about the dance becoming a big part of our life, like many people just have school. Like school is just like what they do. Like we have dance, like other people may have like obviously like theatre and stuff, and then theatres are shut down because of this whole thing. So obviously some people get it easy, some people don't.
I know it's like for people, because also weird dances, like at the end of the day of dancers, if we don't have a studio, we'll find a way to dance. Like we can go outside in the middle of the road and just dance. But I know what it's like for like boxers and like footballers and stuff.
Athletes
Yeah.
and other
what
like
how
runners.
they-
Well, to be fair, runners is alright, but like
Yeah.
At the same time, I feel like even as dancers, like lockdown made us all lose passion a tiny bit because you lose that energy that you get when you're in a studio dancing with each
it
other.
wasn't the same. Like it wasn't the
Yeah.
same.
Doing it through a phone screen doesn't feel
It's
anywhere
completely
similar.
different.
It makes you
Even
lazy
now
as well.
though, like even though I'm still back at school, my brain's telling me to get on the train and go, but
Yeah.
I can't. I have to stay at home and do it over Zoom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
But
stress.
also, COVID affected a lot of us, like mental-wise, like mentally. And it's like we've now got to prepare ourselves to maybe go into that lockdown again and go through all that stuff again. It's like, how do you balance going back to school, starting dance again, but also having to do it over Zoom and preparing yourself mentally in case there's another lockdown? It's
I
like
think the
all at
mental health
once.
thing is a very big thing, like
Yeah,
for
that was a
Corona
big
especially.
thing.
Like the amount of people whose just mental health just dropped completely and just got so much
Yeah.
worse just
Yeah.
because of that.
I mean, you are locked in a house, like there's nothing you
That's
can
the
really do to
thing.
get your mind off it.
And especially different situations, like obviously it's a bit deep, but like if you've got like abusive parents or
yeah,
you know like
Mhm.
just victims of something, like you're literally you can't do anything because you're literally just locked in this house, and obviously that affects you a lot, and it just builds up in it.
Yeah.
I just don't think they thought before
They
they've
didn't
done
think it
anything.
through.
It was like, oh yeah, lockdown. Like, that's gonna stop anything because
The thing is though, like yeah, but at the same time, what other choice did they have?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get
that's
why
true.
they done it. I get why
Because yeah, like to a certain extent I actually do, because the thing is, if we didn't have lockdown it would have been completely like so much worse.
on like obviously it sounds a bit taps, but I want to see what it would have been like if lockdown didn't happen.
I think it would
Like-
have been.
Would have been so much worse.
Yeah, a lot more people have been.
But obviously lockdown was a bit. I just don't think they've done enough to help other people. They just put us in lockdown and said, yeah, deal with it yourselves. And when we come out, we come out.
I feel like they lifted the lockdown so quickly. They're like, okay, this is open, now this is open, now this is open. I think they should have done it at a slower
They weren't
rate.
making it clear
Yeah,
when it's going to be lifted, or because I think
Yeah.
people just took restrictions being lifted as a thing where it's oh yeah, like lockdown's basically over, because
Yeah.
that's literally what people are saying.
Yeah.
People were literally saying because the restrictions are lifted, lockdown's over. But more time they were still calling it lockdown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were still calling it quarantine.
still-
So I was a bit confused. I was just like, it doesn't make any sense.
And this new, have you guys seen this new app thing? It's an app and it tells you if you're near
Track and
someone
trace,
that
yeah.
has corona. I think with that app, yeah, it's good, but at the same time, like, what if you're someone that doesn't have like an electronic device, like if you don't have an electronic device, and you're going out, like how are you gonna?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Like, I just think like this whole thing, it could have been, to a certain extent, it could have been dealt with better.
Yeah.
At the same time, I can't think of any
Okay,
other
right,
way.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, no one expected like this to come along. Really, it sort of just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, like it all started.
All of our lives
What
just
was it?
changed.
November?
December. Like, I'm pretty sure it came in December.
Yeah, like around that time. Started in
Start of 2020.
China, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then literally, then it just escalated so quickly. Like I remember just hearing about it on the news, not thinking anything
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Before you know it, we were in lockdown.
Like the same way they spoke about Boya and then nothing really happened with that for the UK.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that Corona was created. Like, I don't think it was something that. Like,
I've heard so many
Like,
conspiracy.
Yeah.
I've heard
I
so
believe
many
that.
conspiracy
Who
theories.
do you think created?
I get that as well.
the science, like, because obviously I'm not a scientist and I don't deal with that, but I just, it's, you're trying to tell me that they don't sit there and just think of like they might just come up with a new disease and say, yeah, let's see if we can cure this random disease that's here,
Yeah.
and then it gets out, breaking out. Like, it could have been given to like a bird, and the bird escaped the whole flipping lab. And
And do you remember?
Like,
It came around the same time as 5G happened.
yeah,
And that was that
Oh,
big
I
thing for
heard all
everyone.
that. To be honest, I don't know what to believe in. Like, I really don't know what to believe in terms of all these conspiracy theories. That apparently they did it because they were angry with the 5G. Or I was just like, what?
Like with the people, like we're just going by what we've been told. Like we don't really know in depth what's actually happened. We're just going off what we're told, and we're told it's a disease
I was told
that
a
came from
lady
China.
ate a bat.
Yeah, that's what I was told as well.
Oh yeah.
And it got a disease.
the thing is though, it's
That's
like,
literally what I
if
heard.
one lady ate a bat, how is that all around the world now? If one lady ate a bat and she got
Well, you gotta think like people travel, innit? Like people travel. People
But at the
do
same
this,
time,
do
how
that.
could this massive world pandemic spread from one person.
Yeah.
That quickly as
I
well.
think that's what changes people's minds though.
Yeah.
Like reading different things and then
spread
thinking
so
different
fast.
things in the virus. Like it just makes you think so differently.
And Corona had like a big, like, I have loads of like Asian friends, and I see them like they tell me how they will get like moved away from when they're walking down the road
like
and
that's
stuff.
deep.
Yeah.
That's actually deep. Like
Yeah.
But that's like a whole nother thing. That's
Yeah.
a whole nother.
that's
like,
a different story.
That, yeah,
Like, that's just rude.
That's
you guys-
separate from.
Did you guys hear about the emergency vaccine? There's like a vaccine you can use.
Oh yeah.
But they've only got
And
a
it's
certain,
got
they've only got a
antigens in
certain
it.
amount of them.
That was quite small.
So that's how I swear that's how China got out of it.
Hmm?
Yeah, trying to have an emergency vaccine, so if anyone else gets it, they can like use that to cure it. But then if they made a larger like amount of that,
But then do they have it? Like how are they gonna do that?
I know there's something. There's an article that said there's something inside of a shark, like some sort of thing inside of a shark.
Antigens.
Yeah,
This is what I'm saying.
And
Like,
they
there's so
stop the
many different
pathogens,
things.
but you have to
Because the
kill like
pathogens
300,000
And then the pathogens, the antigen connects
Yes.
antibodies.
Scientists.
science lesson.
No, it's actually
Science
true though.
podcast.
No, it is really true though.
Yeah.
It definitely changes how people think from reading these silly.
But there's like so
Conspiracies.
many different conspiracy theories as well. Like
so many.
And they
the
don't make
ridiculous
sense.
ones. Like, but do you know what? I saw something on TikTok. Funny. I saw it was like it's funny how because do you remember when we like went into lockdown and stuff? I say from like April till like literally now, China was absolutely silent
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the whole virus. They didn't say anything about it. Wasn't talking about any cases or anything like that. And apparently they even celebrated in one of the cities because they didn't have it anymore
Yeah.
apparently. And then it's just like you think to yourself, you're like, it's a bit weird how that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The only country actually like, there's only like what, obviously like their countries had it, but the only ones I actually heard about all the time was UK and America,
Italy.
like, and Italy. Yeah.
Italy was bad.
and then all the countries just
Yeah.
gradually started coming out of their thing.
Now it's
And
Spain.
then obviously it influenced other people to just think, oh, it's gone now, so I'm just gonna
As
go.
soon as they heard about it, they should have just locked everything off from them. But they
People
were like,
started
nah,
travelling.
just leave it for a bit.
Yeah, some
Like-
people say that we
Yeah.
went into lockdown too late.
Yeah,
Some
of
people
course.
say we went too early. Like people also think that it will be. They think that there's gonna be like a lockdown at Christmas
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
I think there's going to be a lockdown again soon because
for like 3 weeks to just
That's what they said
clear
last
it.
time. It was for
Not
like
clear
3
it, but
months.
like
they said 1 to 3 weeks
Do you know
and
what
it
it
was
was?
3
Yeah,
months.
I was with my friend the other day. She was
More
saying
than
like
that.
Boris won't do it for Christmas because if he doesn't do it for Christmas, it's because it's his religion
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's his celebration. But what happened like with
So,
Diwali
yeah,
and all
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Like what about them? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like,
People will start taking it in wrong context and then obviously cause more.
And there was a thing
Yeah.
about that they were looking to do it or looking to possibly have a lockdown in or like near the October
after
After.
which is in 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks
That's
time.
scary.
I'm
Alex
not really
said
thinking
something. Alex said, I think with the world being digitised now, a lot of other people are not so tech wise. People are gonna struggle to do anything outside of their house, which is true. Like, because everything now, the whole world is now just technology.
Yeah, for
People-
real.
people-
We were talking about it
My
even
little
before we
brother-
even came on
Yeah.
the
Yeah, my little brother sits on TV, PS4
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
day. Like he doesn't take his. Yesterday, he woke up at 8 o'clock. He was watching YouTube, playing games until about 9 o'clock at night.
That's me though.
Yeah,
Like,
But the
It's
thing
so
is, though, to a
unmotivated.
certain extent, you can't blame.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get it, but to a certain extent, you can't blame us because this is our generation. This is how we've grown up. We've grown up with technology from the start. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Maybe it wasn't as advanced as well, you know, like when we were younger, but we've literally grown up seeing technology rise. So you can't
Yeah.
really like.
Can't blame us.
So, nah, I see my little brother, the way he like has his day. Obviously, it's different for everyone. But when I was younger, like I'd go out, climb trees, I'd jump off buildings, and it's like if I hurt myself, I hurt myself, innit? And like me and my sister would go garden hopping. It's like, but then my brother, we tell him to touch a bit of mud, and he's like, nah, it's nasty. I want a phone. And it's like, I see little kids, they're like 6, 7-year-olds with phones, and it's like,
Yeah,
feel like
it's just the influence, isn't
I
it?
feel like Corona's benefit that a lot though, because when you're stuck in a house, what really can you do?
Yeah.
Like you have to find some
Especially
sort of
like
entertainment.
for me, I don't have a garden.
Yeah,
Like, I
same.
live in a flat, so
Same.
what do you want me to do?
It's like,
Walk around.
do you want me
Walk
to-
around the block. Come back.
well,
It took me about 5 minutes. And then I've
Sit and
got
read
a
a
whole other 24 hours. Half the time you're sleeping. Then you wake up, do a bit of school if you did do it. And then what do? Just sit and stare out the window?
School you're doing is online.
Exactly.
So you've
You're
got to be on the
using
phone.
it, yeah.
Everything is just like, for me, like I definitely think, like even with like the very start of lockdown, I literally did not leave my room. I did not leave my room.
Yeah.
Even like, do you remember when it was like, I think it was like April, May time when it was like really, really hot?
Yeah.
I literally
Yeah.
refused to go outside. I refused to sunbathe in my garden, and like my mum was telling me, oh, just come outside, whatever. I said no, like I literally don't want to. It was only in June when I really started to go out. So for those couple months, I was literally just in my room, binge watching Netflix, not doing my schoolwork, just not caring at all.
Yeah.
And then obviously only when I started going out did I actually start to leave the tech alone and actually, you know.
Yeah.
Even then, we're still like, even though Corona, like we're out of lockdown now, a lot of the stuff is still online. Like we used to have online dance classes.
Oh, it's probably a bad connection there.
But yeah, I think that's just one of the main things of lockdown. Yeah.
Yeah, even like with school and that, like, obviously I'm not blaming lockdown, but I didn't pass any of my exams because I wasn't in school.
I can't lie, they buoyed it with your GCSEs.
Yeah, no.
Like, they took the pips.
Is that what you got in your marks? Do they not go off your marks?
They marked it off what? So our classwork, well, this is my school. They marked off our classwork before lockdown, and during lockdown they were giving people work, but obviously I'm not trying to go into my but they was giving us work and I didn't do any of the work, but because of that they basically to ungraded people, and even I know quite a few people that did do the work, but because they like sent it to the wrong email or something, they got a lower mark as well.
So were your predicted grades lower than what you actually got?
Yeah.
The thing is though, like when it comes, no, your predicted grades
Actually,
are
no,
higher. Yeah, your predicted grades are
my
higher.
predicted grades are higher than what I got.
Oh my god.
Like
No,
I
but
was
then
predicted to get a pass, and
Yeah.
The thing is,
Yeah.
they're giving us, so it's a world pandemic and they're expecting us to understand this. We have no idea what's going on, so we're confused by this. And then on top of that, we're getting schoolwork, and you expect us to be able to sit and complete schoolwork.
I
and do
literally
all
had
this
to
stuff.
teach myself. I
Yeah.
literally had to teach myself.
Honestly, Ohms, the Insta
I
stop.
don't know if the Insta's working.
Oh, it is working. It is working.
Okay, it's probably my
No,
phone.
that's what you said a couple minutes ago.
Someone put what happened.
Oh, freezing how much?
that's the phone that
Guys, comment if you can see us.
Yes. You can see us on Facebook. We're probably like so silly right now, but
Our
yeah.
Facebook.
We're gonna carry on, but yeah. Anyone say something? Yeah.
It's
so,
fine. They said it's fine.
oh
Thank
Alright.
you.
So just to like wrap up, I think we all had like
yeah.
just different thoughts.
Yeah.
Like so many people just have different opinions on it, and like affected people in many like different ways.
My phone.
Yeah. But yikes. Yeah. So the next one is: do you believe the younger generation is humble enough?
No.
That's a hard one.
Want me to ask-
Sorry, just quickly, what age range are you talking about
Yeah.
though?
What do you mean?
Like, who's
What
the
age
younger
range?
generation?
Like,
I would say from like
Teenagers.
no, I think from like 10 to
Like 20, like 18.
Like 10 to 18.
17, 18.
Yeah. It depends. It's like
Yeah.
To be fair,
I think for younger kids, like for ages like 10 to like even like near me like 13,
yeah.
I think it's either the kid or it's either how they're brought up.
Yeah, it's kind
Do
of
you
like
know
a
what I mean?
personality trait.
Like,
but I definitely think the teacher that teaches you
Yeah.
has an impact.
uh-huh,
Because I used to have a completely different mindset.
uh-huh.
yeah, same.
But then for obviously like 14, 15 to 18, I think it's just how you portray yourself and how you like represent yourself. Like, are you like one of those like cocky people who just don't take all the credit for yourself, or do you just, I don't know, like,
Yeah, I know people that there's teachers that have helped them, but then they'll get to where they need to get to, and they won't give credit to any sort of like, yeah, I got here myself, I done this myself. Or but then again, like some not teachers but leaders don't really teach the people that they're teaching to be humble. It's like, yeah, I'm teaching you, I'm one of the best, so you're one of the best. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
People also like, it's not even that like people are taught to be humble as such. I feel like when it comes to social media, when you're seeing people like doing so good and stuff and they're boasting about it on social media, it humbles yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, personally, when I see someone, like, and because we're dancers, when I see someone on like Instagram or something and they're like getting all these achievements and stuff, it sort of humbles me a bit. I'm like, okay, like.
I think, like, as I said before, it depends on who you're around and who's around you. Especially within the dance scene, like, it just depends whether you're around a certain group of people who are maybe cocky, you start to develop that sort of kind of attitude. But if you're around a group of people who just work hard, are humble, and just taught in a specific way, I think then your mindset decides to change. I think it just depends on your surroundings.
I think like if you saw me post like, I don't know, if you saw me post something that made me look so prestige and like oh, it's Boo like doing this with her. But like you would think I'm so like rude. Like not rude, but I can't find the word, but like you think I'm so big-headed, But then when you meet me, I'm the most humble person ever, which I am. Like, but however, if you like one of you portrayed yourself like as really humble and you know yourself and you are humble, I think social media, the way you portray yourself on social media is very different in person.
100%.
And I think it's got a lot to do with what you post and
100%.
what you caption and what you say, what you...
I think as well though, there is a bit of a stigma attached to if a certain person is good or a crew is good and everyone knows they're good, people can kind of like try and switch it up and say, but they're rude, but they're this, but they're that. When actually they're not, they're just hard workers.
Yeah, they assume that like, if it's like a person's little thing, they assume, oh yeah, they think they're the best. But just because they're doing good doesn't mean they necessarily think they're the best.
Like so many people may think that of us. Like people may think like
so much
because I'm in IMD, I'm big-headed because I'm in like one of the best crews in UK. Like
the amount of people that say, oh, IMD think they're the best.
I'm definitely not. Well, obviously, yes, I'm very grateful. Like we are a very good crew in the UK, but like. I'm not big-headed, like I don't go around saying, oh, I'm in IMD, I'm in IMD.
No,
I am in IMD.
Like, it's not even about like, I think, like, especially me when I used to be an outsider, like, just the stuff attached to, for example, IMD, it was always like, they're this, they're that.
I think it's more of a proud thing. Like, when you go around saying, like, especially if you first join, like, you're obviously gonna be like, I'm in IMD, I'm in IMD. You could be so proud of yourself, like it could be like I know, like celebrating, and then people could completely like switch that, like and just take it in complete wrong way.
Someone told me like he was like, oh, when you guys walk into a competition, you all look so angry and you all like, bro, like it's not even about. I said it's not even about that. It's just we have a mindset of we want to win this, we want to do this. It's not even about us being big-headed or anything like that. It's generally about our mindset. As soon as we walk into that hall, we're ready. We're ready for this. Like, it's not even a.
And a lot of time we like see our competition and we're a bit like.
There's points where we're like, oh god, like that's it.
There's
like,
so
much
much more.
We don't hate. That's
exactly.
not what we do.
There's so much more to a crew than what just people see on the outside.
And I think a main thing is just like, as an individual, it's how, like you said, like in a competition, if you're going in and you're cutting your eyes at people, giving people dirty looks, like say I walked in and I gave Kane a dirty look because he's not in IMD. Like that's completely different. Like it's like Omar, Kobe, India, Ethan always tell us like you have IMD on your shirt,
so
like live up to the reputation. Do you know what I mean? Like if I went across and said like we always do this, like we always go past someone and say, oh, well done, your performance was sick, like we even give them a smile.
Yeah, like it's.
We're never like disrespectful to anyone.
No.
Or like.
It's mad because obviously I'm not in IMD, but before, like I'm not saying I'm known, but like before people started to know who I was, like I was scared of like I'd go to a competition, I see an IMD dance, I'm like, oh, like it's one of them ones, but it's like obviously when I started to get to know the actual dancers, it's like I'll see IMD, I'll be like it's like, and I see other people screwing up their faces and stuff when they're dancing, or HHI for example. Like there's people in the back just sitting there
and
watching.
Some people just like.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah, of course.
Like, do you know what I mean?
No, you don't. You're like it motivates us even more.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. Like, I think for me, I don't care.
Nor do I.
That's your opinion. You think I'm
It's
dead?
motivation.
Okay,
It's not even about.
Yeah.
No, it's because they know we're not dead. It's more of a thing where like they don't want to tell themselves, so they decide to put a negative spin on it.
Yeah.
That's what people do. Like even in just normal life, people find one thing, at least one negative thing to cancel you onto. You know, make you look bad. Like even if it's all to do with jealousy. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Especially
all to
with
do with
social
jealousy.
Then people will go and
Especially.
like join that crew or start watching that crew because they want to be a part of what they think it is. Like they'll walk around the competition and be like, oh, look at them. They're like, they walk in and look at the room and stuff, but then they want to be a part of that because that's what they think it's like. And then they realise it's not like that, and then like, oh.
Some people just think like you walk into IMD and you just get it like that.
People
Baby, it's not like that. No, it's very far from that.
Yeah, a lot of people join for like not necessarily the clout, but to be like, yes, I'm a part of this. But you can't really say that until you put like something into it.
Because I think my mindset was completely different. Like before I even joined IMD, like there was obviously I was hearing from obviously an outsider's point of view. There's so much, you know, like IMD's this, IMD's that, and then like actually going into rehearsal, like rehearsing and training with them, like it's completely different to what people say. Like it's pure hard work.
Alex said he 100% agrees with you. He had someone come up to him at college and tell him that they hated IMD because we had prestige. But I don't get that because we don't ever portray ourselves in a.
Never once. I don't think I've ever heard a situation. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, never once has an IMD member been rude out of just their own.
Yeah.
That's what personally. I mean, I don't know if that's wrong, but for me, I've never
never
heard of a
seen
situation
anyone,
of an IMD member being rude because they just want to be rude to another person outside of IMD.
But like, if you like, obviously we've been in IMD for quite some time now, so we have learned and like grown and like been brought up. That's right. We've been brought up to know not to portray ourselves in that way. Like as an individual and as a group. Like especially back to the thing of like having IMD, like wearing IMD on your top. Like if you're gonna be disrespectful, then you take it off. Like it's just like it's as simple as that.
Wear it for the right reason.
Yeah.
Even being in another crew is like, because obviously before I even joined any sort of, before I started getting into a crew that was about like the whole competition life and stuff, I just thought I never knew crews were like friends. Like, I thought it was always like a thing where on movies you'll see this crew hates this crew. It's like like when I joined GDNB, like I didn't know there was two parts of GDNB, and when I joined GDNB company I was like, oh, what's this? But obviously it's like I just knew I had to train to get to where I want to be, and it's like people join somewhere, realise they're in the back and then just leave it.
But that's what I'm saying, like you have two groups of students. Yeah. So if you're in the top group, I bet you don't have Lamar and Damari and Dijon going at you like, oh you're dead.
When I first joined,
they worked their way up there. Like
they were there at one point.
Exactly, they were in that specific place at one point.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like you may have not been, like it might have been just been one group, but like that's what I'm saying. Like everyone was at a low point at one point, and like I said, like Dijon probably didn't go like you're dead. Like
Yeah, I got
he helped
support.
you.
Yeah, like,
Exactly, and that's
So-
good. Like they clearly wanted, you know, like because they probably were in the same position as you. They've got to where
Everyone's
they
been
were.
in
Yeah,
this position.
exactly. Like
even you guys, like when Kerry-Ann, I know when Kerry-Ann first joined IMD, because also we like grew up together, innit? So it's like, remember when you first joined, you were scared out of your head. But it's like, that's how you're gonna start, innit?
and then look where you are now. Like it's hard work.
Mm.
You work your way up. It's not about being cocky. It's not about being this that.
Mhm.
It's working your way up and seeing your progress, seeing like that you've actually improved.
Yeah.
Then people can. But people are gonna comment on the way regardless because that's just who people are. And it's all about jealousy. It's all about not being
Mhm.
people, trying to find the negative sides of it.
But I think just share your experiences, but don't phrase it in a way, you know, where people have a reason to.
Yeah, you know, there's certain people that will just go like, you know I'm in IMD, or you know I'm in this crew, so
Yeah.
like, it's not, because no crew is like, cause obviously I know because I've been around them and I've got friends in most crews,
Yeah.
and it's like I know that most crews are humble, and there might be dancers inside a certain group that might not be, but the whole group in the whole they're not scary people, or then they might look scary because they might win all the time, or they might have a sick crew, everyone's screaming and shouting, but that doesn't mean anything to do with their,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, when they walk in the room.
I think everyone's different though. Like every crew's different. Everyone trains different. Everyone thinks different. Everyone acts different. Like when we see, like Maya said, when we go in, we have our heads down, like athlete mode. Like there's no messing about.
It's not.
But other
just-
people, like they may be chill.
Yeah.
Like they may be joking about with their friends. Like
But that's fine. Like
that's
we're not
completely
even
fine.
talking down on that. Like that's not even a problem.
Yeah.
Because if that's how you know, you work, and that's absolutely fine. But it's just different people have different mindsets. People have different ways of coping with situations and working towards something. Like it's not even a thing where it's like, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. No one's like hating on it.
Alex said, I think people like that want to be higher up, and they are, but don't want to work for it as much as we
Yeah,
do.
they
exactly.
just wanna get
I
there.
feel
You
like
can't just get
mindset.
to, and that's with anything in life. You can't just get to somewhere like.
And then stop because I'm at the top.
Yeah.
Like keep going.
Or
People
don't
will
give up
overtake you.
easily, like-
Okay.
And at the end of the day, it's not like we think, oh yeah, we're the best. Because at the end of the day, we're still intimidated by other crews. Like, we walk into a UDO or something, and we'll see other crews, and we'll be like, yeah, we need to get our we need to get our athlete.
I think
mindset
that's
on.
mainly for small crews as well.
Yeah, small
Like
crews.
as like for Mega, yeah, we see like especially at HHI, like yeah, we see crews like obviously we see kind of boom and stuff.
Yeah.
But then for small teams, it's more of like a oh crap, like
Yeah.
we're the best, one of the best in UK. But then when we go out there, we're
It's
nothing
like
against them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like.
Then even in UK, like you see some teams like Rough Diamonds, and it's like
Mhm.
we're against that, and we're like, oh.
Mhm.
Like even with like, I can't remember what I was gonna say now, but with solo dancers especially, it's like someone might be at the top and then they're just chilling, but they don't know that there's people that they probably never even seen in their life.
before, yeah.
Like I know people that no one has seen and they're just crazy. Like they could go somewhere and just wipe out everyone, but they just choose not to.
Yeah.
But like people up there don't really know that, and it's like, yeah, I'm at the top. I'll always be at the top.
Yeah.
But you never know that there's people coming for you, and you don't
Because
realize
they're
that
working
coming for you.
hard, they're getting to
Yeah.
where they want to be, which is
Mhm.
past that point. Maybe like the people at the top, they inspire the people at the bottom,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
but they're eventually just gonna overtake them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people at the top inspire me a lot. Like even when it comes to the adults, like my goal is to be better than the adults. Like obviously it's a bit mad right now,
Mm.
but that's just my goal. Like
Yeah.
especially as a solo dancer.
And that's good. That's a good goal
Yeah.
to have.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, don't set your goal to meet someone, set it to get past that
yeah,
person.
to get past that. Yeah, 100%.
That's what I've learned over the years, to be fair. Like, and it's just become natural now. Like, yesterday, obviously we had rehearsal yesterday, so like dancing against like India or like even like what's her name? I don't know if you've got a name. What does she
You
look
can't even
like?
say the name now. It's in the bio.
I've got a name. What's her name?
What does she look like?
Mia. Even Mia.
She's not gonna be happy with that.
Even Mia, like, I feel like I've got to get to her level now.
Yeah.
Like, Mia is so sick. Like she's improved so much. Like it's actually like whoa. Like seriously. Like when like Ethan was teaching, like it's like okay, I gotta take that, make it my own, but still be better than him.
Yeah.
Make it look better than his choreo. Make it look like my own choreo. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of people try to be like other people as well. Like they'll
It's
see
not
a
like
certain-
even trying to be a copycat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like trying to be like them.
Because I feel like way too many people compare themselves to some people in this day and age, and that's the wrong mindset to have. Because they put themselves down because I'm not as good as this person, I can't do this. It's really not about that. Like that's such a wrong mindset to have, because then you don't get to where you want to be if you're just sitting there on your bum comparing yourself to other people and not actually not doing anything about it. Like you actually need to do something about it, and then you'll get there and past it. Like
I think it's just working hard. Not being lazy.
It is all about working hard. It's about having a correct mindset, not being cocky if you know you're good or whatever. Like you can know you're good, and that's good. That is good to know. Like if you know you're good, but in
you can be big-headed within yourself, but when you're with other people, don't be like that.
It's all about self-confidence, self-esteem, etc. But don't get to a point where you're cocky and people know you're cocky.
Yeah, definitely. So that was that. So we're now on to our last topic. So it is, how important is your fashion when going to class or class?
Just don't matter.
I don't think it matters at all. Like seriously, like at all. Like I don't care. Like
I think one thing I like about the dance scene is that your fashion sense does not matter.
Yeah.
But people outside the dance scene look at dancers and are like,
why are you wearing that?
What are they wearing? But
I think
as you're a dancer, it's completely different.
That's one thing we have in common is fashion. Like we will turn up to rehearsal in oversized joggers and bloody oversized tee. We'll have like loads of t-shirts, like everything. Like we may go to dance in nice clothes, but then as soon as we step in the studio, it's a completely different person. Like, do you know what I mean?
The thing is, with dance, so like, doesn't matter what you wear, as long as you can dance, like moving it, you're fine. It doesn't matter what's on the top, or what's on the trousers, or what colour they are, or how they fit.
Sometimes I'll just go to a class, look in as best as I can to see how much up I can get myself. Like, see how you started. Like you could go
and
there.
then how you finish.
Yeah, like someone can go there with like a full face of makeup, hair done, and you leave with it all dripping off your face. Like,
do that.
I just don't think it matters personally. I don't know.
Like that's one thing I've definitely noticed, like within the dancing.
But then it's got to do with confidence. Like we don't care because people we're around, we know they won't judge us.
We're not there for a fashion show.
Yeah,
we're there for dance and dance only. We're not there for like.
But then again, when it comes to like fashion sense, when it comes to performing, like say if it comes like a set, like costumes for that. When it comes to fashion sense of that, like that's quite important because you get marked on.
Definitely,
what you wear.
Your outfits are completely different. Like when you're actually, at a con or whatever. That's a different story. But in terms of like classes, I
think with like there's a difference between class and rehearsal. Rehearsal, you know who's gonna be there.
Yeah,
and
rehearsal.
But class, you have no clue who's gonna be there. Like, and I think people try to put on their not best outfit, but they wouldn't wear like sweaty joggers or like.
Do you know what I mean? I think I do dress better when I go to a class.
And I think it kind of just boosts their confidence a little bit. Because if they're going there, like obviously if they have no good clothes to go to a class, they won't go because they're embarrassed or they have like no confidence.
I've gone to a class of people with ripped up trousers and stuff. I used to have ripped up fluxes with like holes in it and stuff, but I just dance in them.
Like I've got my dance trainers and my Air Forces.
It has like something to do with like body image as well.
I don't know about you two, but with I&D on a Saturday when we start at 10 AM, I literally rock out of bed in a tracksuit. Put a tracksuit on, put my coat on, tie my hair up, out the door.
I just don't care. But I feel like for some people it is a big thing to them.
Yeah, because it can boost your confidence.
On their side, obviously people see dancers and like people who do dance, they're mainly skinny, no? Well, they're not skinny, but you've never seen
There's
an
that-
obese
there's that specific
person
build.
do dance. There's a dancer image that people portray or what people see. And I think if you had like a fat girl or a fat boy or a fat person, like they're not gonna wear skinny jeans and they're not gonna wear tight joggers and they're not gonna wear slim fit t-shirts, are they?
But then again, body like image doesn't actually affect the way you dance. You could have like
No, yeah, it definitely doesn't.
the skinniest dancer, the most obese dancer, and
But then it's just like a loop, isn't it?
change how they
Because
dance.
it doesn't affect how you dance, but then it affects the confidence. And
Yeah.
it affects lack of motivation. And then
Yeah.
lack of motivation to go to class, and then it's just like, I don't know.
I think the dance world is slightly different to the normal life. Like, I don't think dance, like in terms of body image, is as judgmental. Because at the end of the day, the only thing they're judging you on is your dancing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
They're not
So,
talking
like,
about the weight.
no,
just,
like, and I definitely think that over the years, like I've seen, it's not a thing where it's about how you look. It's generally just how you dance.
Yeah.
I don't think some people do take body image like as a positive thing. Like people will go like, I could be the fattest person on earth and I'm going against you, yeah. say I'm actually like really fat and I go to class and obviously I'm working to have your body and I'm working to have, I don't know, your body and your body.
Yeah,
Do you know
someone
what I
might
mean?
dance to have.
People
Like-
take it as a motivation thing rather than negative.
But then
I don't want to
people-
do it.
People can also take it in a negative way, like, oh, I'm never gonna like get like that.
Yeah. I think sometimes it just pushes people.
Yeah.
But I think definitely back to what we said before about who you're around, who supports you, who motivates you.
Yeah.
Because you can have those teachers that are only focused on like the cute little ones, and you can have those teachers that focus on obviously the most people that have clout or the people who have. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're a nobody in the corner, some teachers don't focus on you.
Then they'll see someone in the corner.
Yeah.
Like
Genuinely push it.
Tama, I'm just gonna mention him. Yeah, Tama. Like when I first started GDND, like, I was standing in the back or in the corner,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh yeah, Kane, come to the middle. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's
But they
loads
do
of
it for a
teachers,
good
yeah.
reason.
But it's
And now
because
just
like
like you are,
they
like-
see potential.
Mhm.
And that's what I like about Omar, because even if you're new, he looks at you.
They draw you
If
out.
he sees potential, he'll use that.
Yeah.
Could be like the centre.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you can't do anything
You know what
about
I
it.
mean? Like I think for some people it's natural, but like not everyone is born a dancer.
Yeah.
Like not everyone. Some people could go from, I don't know, you can go from singing and then not knowing how to do a bloody box step and then self-teaching themselves, go to classes, they could be the best dancer in the world.
Yeah, I've seen people.
Like you never know. Like it's actually crazy. And then obviously build up.
Again, as going back to like the mindset, it's about having that mindset to want to work hard, to want to
Push
aim
yourself,
high, push yourself. Like that is literally what it's all about. And I think like going back to like the body image and whatever, it's motivation. So if you fair enough, like if you dance and you want to get fitter, like that's fine, and you use that as an advantage. You use that as motivation to get up to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Going back to like fashion sense, is that what we started on? Yeah. that's
Yeah,
fashion sense.
yeah.
When it comes to dance as well, like we all have certain outfits we're sort of meant to wear. Like IMD, we have the IMD tops, the black bottoms.
Guys, I'm actually not a singer. I was using it as a like example. I can't sing some songs.
Oh my god.
No, I actually can't sing. I was
Do a
no.
solo.
I was
Give us a little. Give us a
No,
little
guys,
solo.
I'm actually cracked the lens. So
Wait, who said that?
I don't know. But yeah, I think just the mindset.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like
And I feel like just don't compare yourself to others. Like you're in your shoes. I'm not in my shoes. I ain't in Soph's shoes. Like you're in your own shoes. Like this is you. You can
You said I'm not in my shoes.
No, Maya's.
I thought you said
No,
no.
my
Like-
shoes. Like you're in like your shoes. You're your person. You're an individual that obviously wants to work for your goal, not someone else's goal. Do you know what I mean? So I think just take that into consideration. This is really motivational. Just take it into like consideration and just like, I don't know, just do you, like, don't care about what everyone else thinks. Do you?
I feel like dancers just
You
have
do
like
you,
I feel like dancers just have like a dress sense, like obviously you all dance
like
different.
there is a
Yeah.
specific
That's
thing.
what I'm saying,
I could
like,
walk
it's
down
just
the road.
common.
I could walk down the road like, yeah, he's a dancer. He
Yeah.
might not be a
I saw
dancer,
someone on the
but-
train the other day and he literally, he had like, he was wearing like busted shoes, but
Yeah.
like, it wasn't like, obviously I can't afford shoes, it was like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could
yeah.
tell
They're
it was
worn
like,
out.
he had oversized joggers on and he had a baggy t-shirt on, he had his headphones on and like, he was just tapping his foot, but the way he was tapping his foot and the
just
way
tell,
he
you
portrayed
just know,
himself,
you just
you
know.
just knew he was a
We get
dancer.
influenced by like each other's dress sense. We influence each other and then we all end up dressing similar.
That's what I like about the dancing. There's not a lot of negatives towards body image, towards like fashion sense. Like there isn't, because at the end of the day we all want the same thing.
We all, only thing people are really judgmental on when it comes to the dance scene is the actual dancing. Like, they're not judgmental of body image, of the way someone looks, of things they wear.
But I feel like, do you know what it is, yeah? If you're a really fat kid, yeah, like don't be ashamed about it, but don't come to a dance class wearing leggings with your like stuff hanging out and like your crop top. But that's just
only
common
Omar.
sense.
Just the reason I know, only Omar. I take the piss out. All
Omar
kids.
is
Fat kids, skinny kids, all of them.
No.
And I'll mug your clothing every
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Okay, you say the fat kid on cake.
Yeah, I do all the fat
Yeah,
kids on
but
cake.
no, but seriously
Skinny
though,
kids.
when he's talking about like, obviously
If you look like a stick, I'll cuss you.
No, seriously though, like, even if we're doing bad and he does say we look like fat kids, like that one cake, go for that cake.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Just not in front of Omar. Oh Lord.
in his mind, he's taking the mick, but
Yeah.
you can
But
completely
that's
switch
motivation.
that. That's
That's
motivation. Like, you're going for that cake. Go eat that
Yeah,
cake.
yeah,
Go.
yeah.
You earn it. Like, you
And
earn
find a
it.
gym, because if you look.
I mean, yeah, you
You called me a fat kid on cake.
I know I called you a fat kid.
You did when I was running. So you're like a fat kid on cake.
Well.
It is really hard to run though. I can't run.
I remember this.
The thing is, we're really talking about the teacher one time. He's like the worst influence.
Isn't it? We're just saying really nice things about you.
I'm a nice person, but when it comes to that.
That specific topic, that's a different story.
Oh, but yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think just take it in your own way. You know what I mean? Like, you can make it negative, that's you. You can make it motivational, that's you. But I mean,
I think everything negative that comes towards you should take it positively.
just eat it.
Yeah.
If someone says, "Oh yeah, you're dead," like you can't dance, you're like, "Cool."
Okay. And what? But
Yeah.
can you dance though?
Yeah.
But can you do this?
I think
Can
like
you do that?
as well, like the mindset we have as dancers is completely different to mindsets of people outside of dance and who don't like have maybe like a hobby
Yeah.
or anything like, because from an outsider they might look at a oversized dancer and think, why are they dancing? Why are they like that? Why do they look like that and they're dancing? Da, 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 da. But for us, we look at them and be like, they're either a good dancer or they're not a good dancer.
Yeah.
We don't look at them and be like, they're fat, why are they dancing? Do you know what I'm saying?
But like, out of the dance context, like, say you were like you were fat, and then you went to gym, and you became. Stop laughing! Can you stop laughing? I'm really trying to be serious about this topic because it's very like this
It's
causes
very
suicide and things.
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
personal to some
Seriously, like
people.
no, seriously. So basically,
Seriously.
I could be really fat, yeah, and I could have gone gym and like sorted that out, and I could have like the widest hips ever, and I could like have like the biggest bum ever. Yeah, I literally could have all of that, yeah. But then, like you said, you didn't know me, yeah. You'd think, oh, what a fatty, why is she doing that? And then people in the gym will be like, they'll see me continuously coming into that gym, getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. And then Yeah, it's just like
It's the people that know you and that can watch you improve and
Yeah.
work on yourself that actually wish you the best, rather than the people who just see you from the outside and think the first thing that they see.
So I know some big dancers like they're sick. That I can't even.
Yeah,
Like, I see them. I'm like,
insane.
ugh, like nah, don't come near me. You're cold, like.
Yeah.
Especially in like obviously I'm not talk about battles and stuff. Yeah, that was English. I normally talk about solo dancing and stuff. That's really what I do. But I might see a big dancer. I see they're doing something. I'm like, yeah, I could never do that. Just because of like the way I move and the way I'm built. I can never do what someone big is doing because I'm quite little and. But there could be someone big and they're doing something completely different. But it's like just because of your body or the way you look,
It don't matter.
because everyone has their own movement. Even when it comes to a crew,
100%.
like everyone moves differently. Like you might look the
You
same
could
on
be
stage.
like skinny,
But I let
and you could be the dopest dancer like on earth. Like you could be so like fat, but you could be the sickest break dancer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you've never seen a fat break dancer. Well, I haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know about anyone else, but I haven't. Do you know what I mean? And I think there's such a typical dance body image that everyone just thinks, oh, if I'm not skinny, then I might as well not.
Yeah.
There's no point in doing it because, you know, there's no
Everyone
point.
wants to look good. Everyone wants to like look fit and look good. But I think like when it's not affecting your dancing, then
And then again, be confident in your body. There's not a certain way to look to be
Yeah.
happy. You know what I
Like
mean?
there's big
if
people.
you're happy in your own body, that's absolutely fine.
There's big people that are fitter than me. Like I know like people that are quite big, but they could probably like do a workout for 10 minutes and I'm gone in the first minute. So it's like just because of your body, like obviously you might be a dancer, you might be big, but if you're getting tired like after doing a count of 8, then that's when you might need to like cool.
Pattern up.
But if you're big and you can like you can run 20 laps and you're fine, then you're cool.
I feel like now, because we do like all these like 5-10 minute sets,
Yeah.
when I first started, I would not be able to do that. No. I would not be able to do that like at all. But now that I've worked on my diet and I've worked on my body, I've kind of like, I know what's coming.
Yeah.
So I've prepared myself for that, and
You know how your body works. You're able
yeah.
But even there's still things like the reject set. By the end of the set, we're all like, we're all just done. So then again, like necessarily, you can have the best fitness, but a lot of it is like when it comes to actually performing it.
No
You
one's
need
like
to-
A1 on fitness.
yeah,
No
no.
one's not gonna. You're not gonna have one puff of breath and then be able to do it, and then
Yeah.
not have a bloody sweat drop, are you? So
I think like as well like outsiders and people who aren't dancers, they really underestimate and they don't know how much stamina and how much fitness you actually need for dance. Like I was speaking to some people like footballers and they're like, oh, all you have to do is just move your feet and your hands. And I was just like,
but I don't have the
Really?
coordination. You train for that coordination.
I was like,
Like you have that coordination. I don't. I don't know. It's just different.
It's like with dancing, it's like people like I get called like obviously now in college it's different, it's a dance college, but in school I'll be walking around like, "Hey, you're a dancer, come." It's like people think because you're a dancer,
You can do everything. on
yeah,
the side.
like do a backflip. I get that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
do you dance? Yeah, I
Can you do
dance.
splits?
Yeah, do a backflip. I'm like,
I used
what?
to.
It's like
No.
people think dance is just like jumping about, flipping,
Yeah.
or like
Can you talk?
most people I've spoken to that don't really know about dance. When I tell them hip hop, they think like, oh yeah, break dancing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, they're like, are you a
Yeah.
break dancer?
I'm like, do you know anything
They
about
only
that?
know either street dance
Yeah,
or like
break
breaking
dancing,
yeah.
or contemporary.
Like,
Yeah.
can you do some
They don't
headspin?
know
Pop-
about
popping and
the
locking.
crump. They're like,
Yeah.
crump was crump, and I showed
Yeah.
them. Oh, they're so aggressive.
They think it's like crumping. You know crumping?
yeah, like
They're like, oh, crumping, I can do that.
I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
it's weird. Very weird.
Very, very weird.
Very odd. Weird. Well, that was our last topic, and I'm just gonna wrap it up by saying thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Where's the Facebook one?
If you did, I haven't even. Hi,
Facebook
I'm
is
really
here.
sorry about you.
We kind of forgot.
You behind the screen, yes, you beautiful. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
What does Kamali say?
Like, comment, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next time. Yeah, that was basically just today's podcast.
Wow.
Hope that inspired some of you.
DM the Instagram account. What topics you want to see?
That wouldn't be DM,
Oh my
that would
God.
be DM.
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 DM. The Instagram account. And speak about what you
Yeah,
want.
definitely. And if you do have any ideas, just anything, definitely get your friends next time to come and watch this.
Yeah.
Make sure you all go over to watch my friend's podcast, Dijon, D-Mac. Very interesting podcast he has.
What time is that for?
4:30.
4:30.
So
Someone
yeah, you
read
got
out
loads of time.
Instagram.
Get some juice, all that.
Get some popcorn.
Get some poppies.
Actually, no, get some fruit.
Yeah, fruit. Body image. Don't worry, you're beautiful. However you want. Body image. Get some fruit. Yeah, if you see me on the street, just say hi. Yeah, Omar, do you want to take over? Bye.
Bye.
Wait, which one? Let me say bye to.
Wait, both.
Bye. I don't think it's on screen anymore. Damn it! Damn!
Wait, no, I think that one.
Guys, anyone like so heated right now?
Look at my cheeks.